Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my second cube video here. I just had a live stream yesterday, but I wanted to put out a kind of wrap up video on this build and project. I'm very happy with the end result. It's definitely time for this printer to move on to a new home, and so I have more space in my office because I have Creality K1 coming and the Kingroon Core XY printer coming. So I definitely need to make up some space, and this printer was just kind of bugging me in the corner of my office, just collecting dust. I did 2 live streams on it, and I got busy with other projects, of course, and I'm just trying to get some projects like out the door and finalized and finished. So this week I just focused on getting this second cube built so that I can get it printing, and then I can kind of get rid of it type thing. I did have intentions with keeping this as kind of like my main PLA printer, but I already have my Cross Gantry Defiant printer and some other printers that I can use for PLA, and then I have my Bambu Lab X1. Like I said, I'm getting the Creality K1, so I have enclosed printers and stuff like that. And I, of course, would like to keep as many of my own designs around as possible. So this one is on the chopping block. So I really do like this printer. I think this is a very unique printer from everything that's out there, in the fact that it does not use 2020 extrusions. This printer is all 304 stainless steel for the most part. I do believe the X and Y joiners and a few parts are aluminum, and then there's some carbon fiber parts. Very, very high quality. All of the laser cutting and bending and everything is exceptional quality. While we're talking here, actually, I'm going to get a print going. But if you're looking for something different, I think you should definitely take a look at Second printers. This is definitely not a printer for beginners. It is a challenging build, but it's very rewarding and it's very fun. I do appreciate the carbon fiber parts. The tool head mount here is 2 carbon fiber plates, very lightweight. It comes with a very nice thick bed. This is a 200 by 200 printer, this cube. Second also has a tank and a Second Go. I believe the Second Go is 310 by 310, and the tank, I think, is a little bit bigger. The tank is the bigger brother to this. Same kind of construction, but just a bigger build volume. So if you want a bigger printer, take a look at the tank. The Second Go was, I think, his first printer that he released, and it's had some revisions since then. They're all very awesome printers, and they should get more kind of spotlight than they do, I think, just because they are different from what you would normally see, and they are very high quality. This printer is, of course, super rigid, being all 304 stainless steel, and how everything bolts together. It's very nice and weighty, and it is very, very rigid. The frame is probably the more challenging part to build, just because parts do overlap with each other, and you got to make sure that you get that right. Otherwise, you can kind of mess up and have to go back. I did not order this printer with the enclosure. I already have enclosed printers. I didn't need the enclosure. However, it was really nice to find out that it came with the bottom panel and the rear panel, which was awesome. This printer is about, as you see it, without the hot end and BMG extruder, is around $1,100. I added the touchscreen myself, and I added the electronics myself. So $1,100 Canadian or $830 US, which I think honestly is very good value. A Triangle Labs BMG extruder is around 30 bucks Canadian. Throw in a decent hot end and throw in like a MKS Monster 8 is what I'm using for the main board. This does have Triple Z, so you do need like an 8 driver stepper board. But for the value, honestly, it's just really, really great. I would expect this printer to be, and it looks much more expensive than it is in my opinion. all of the hardware and everything was packaged super nice, really nice cutouts in the foam. Everything had its own place. All of the parts were labeled, the nuts and bolts and stuff. All the hardware is actually quite good quality. I had one annoyance, and that was with the included end stops. You can see here, this is one of the end stops just disintegrated when I was trying to use it. These say Omron on them, however, I don't believe these to be true Omron end stops. The holes here are not M2 holes. I could not get the bolts into these switches, and this one died. Luckily, I had some self-tapping M2 screws that worked on the other two. This was a spare end stop. So just note that. I don't think they're genuine Omrons. I have some genuine Omrons here, and the hole sizes are M2 and everything fits perfectly in the mounting holes. So don't know what was up with that. So just note that. Very inexpensive add-on if you do need to get some better end stops. The end stops function fine. It's just mounting them was a little bit of an annoyance. Some cons for this printer, not too many. It definitely seems to be geared towards printing ABS and ASA and stuff like that. The layer cooling is not the greatest. It uses a single 40-20 fan. So it can print PLA, but the layer time on PLA is around 8 seconds. I can get a 30-minute benchy on this, and that's about it. That's about as good as it gets. The print quality is exceptional. Really, really nice print quality on this printer. It is direct drive, of course, but the layer cooling leaves something to be desired. There's definitely quite a few mods on like printables and Thingiverse and stuff for like the Tank and the SK Go. I didn't find a whole lot on the Cube. It's possible they even use the same kind of mounting. I didn't really look a whole lot into it. I am using the Drop Effect XG hot end on this. I wanted a ceramic hot end. I don't recommend anyone build this with the E3D V6. It's an old hot end. It's archaic. Just buy yourself like a CHC, Triangle Lab CHC or something like that. So I didn't order mine with a hot end or the extruder, like I say. I would really like to see this printer use maybe the EVA tool head would be nice. However, obviously there'd be a lot of changes that would need to be made. This does have like a very strict ecosystem right now where, you know, the tool head only supports like a BMG extruder and a groove mount hot end. Like that's it. So that's probably the biggest downfall with this printer is it's not very user customizable as far as what kind of tool, like what kind of extruder and hot end you want to use. That's kind of maybe the biggest thing that I would like to see improved on the Second printers is adopting either a modern hot end or something that's more modular so you can run different types of extruders and stuff like that. This does come with closed loop steppers, so X and Y motors are closed loop. So they have independent drivers mounted directly to the motors. These motors are generally much quieter, have less vibration, and are just smoother in general. I really, really do like them. I've used them on a couple of my other builds. I haven't like tested their speed to the extreme, and I can't really crank up the speed on this printer because, like I say, the layer cooling is kind of at its limits. The printer is very quiet, which I really do appreciate. That's a lot of that is part in the XG hot end has its own relatively high quality cooling fan, and then just a single 40-20 is not very loud, so that's quite nice. This does have 3 planetary gear reduction stepper motors, and that's something that I didn't know when I bought this printer, and it was a really awesome surprise. I really like them. So they're NEMA 11, I believe, and they have a planetary gear on the end of them. So this bed will not fall. It's belted Z, and it's very, very accurate. These stepper motors are, I think, $25 a piece if you were to buy them individually. I'd like to see them on more builds. I think it simplifies the assembly. There's no printed gearboxes and bearings and pulleys and stuff. It's all self-contained, very simple, which I really appreciate. So as you've seen when we started the print, this does do Clipper Z tilts, and it will make the bed perfectly level. This does come with like a Pinda style probe that's in the rear. All the wiring that came included was great. Everything was terminated and all that kind of stuff was really nice. It came with an SSR. This is an AC heated bed. Bed heats up really quickly. I will take you around the printer here to show you off a couple more things. This has a very unique kind of expansion mount. So the front left corner of this build plate goes into this printed socket. And then the right hand side has this socket, but it allows the bed to move only in the X direction from side to side. So if the bed expands, it can actually expand out without binding. And then the rear of the bed is actually not coupled to anything. It's just a ball sitting right on that ledge. Very, very cool. Love the simplicity. No crazy proprietary parts or spherical bearings or, you know, little tiny MGN rails or anything on it. Really, really appreciate the Z, and it works very, very well. You can see here the closed loop stepper. So those are independently driven by themselves, and they do work. You can hear the printer. It's super smooth and very, very quiet. And then, of course, I just mounted my Big Tree Tech touchscreen here. I just kind of remixed a little design I found on Printables, and I'm running Clipper Screen. This frame does have cutouts for all your wiring to run. You can 3D print grommets. It's got a cover for the mains kind of plug in the back. It even has an opening for your fan. You can buy chamber heaters and stuff for this. Really, really great build. I really do recommend this to anyone who wants something a little bit different. They have the budget for this. It's not cheap, but it's definitely on par with other printers in this category. And I think this would be an awesome ABS machine for somebody. So feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely more projects and builds coming along. And thanks everyone for watching.